Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to the great personality, Nasreen ma'am, because the point, what I strongly believe is, in my dictionary you can say, first and foremost thing I believe one word, that is gratitude. Because the person who possesses that, they're going to conquer. Because the moment they have come, because of Nasreen ma'am, I request each and everyone to give a round of appreciation for her. Thank you very much, ma'am. In fact, I would like to say a big thank you to Greenwich Academy. I heard a lot about that, and today I've got the privilege to come and talk, and I'm quite happy for all these, Azan School and, Challenges School and Neo Rosary School, all of them, they have come here. Thank you so much. Now, students, what I want to tell you is, I just don't want to take much time. I just want to tell you one thing. The questions what you asked were phenomenal. Because one thing you understand in life, because most of us, what we do when you're doing our, 12th, that point in time you will think what you want to do in your future. But the person who is in 9th or 10th standard, and if he or she understands what exactly the life all about, because we usually, where we fail, because I just want to tell you about myself. Alhamdulillah, I've got the privilege to travel more than 20 countries. I've been to London 6 times. I'm talking truth. I've been to America 6 times. I've been to Singapore, Malaysia. You name the country I've traveled. And the best accident, you helped the concerned person. At that point in time, your speed was 40-50 kilometers, you were driving. When you saw the accident, oh yeah, accident ho gaya, then you stopped that. Then you came back in your car. What will be your speed after seeing the accident? Definitely it got reduced. Now after 30-40 minutes, again you started driving. Now what will be your speed? Again you will come to the same old story, it's okay. Whatever happened. But I'll give you an example of goal setting. For example, same person driving a car, after 30-40 kilometers, you saw an accident, you stopped there, you took a photograph of that accident and you kept in front of your car, and you tell me, now what will be your speed? Hello? What will your speed? And after 30-40 minutes, what will be your speed? It will be the speed, same. Why? Because you mentioned your goal there. What I'm trying to tell you is, goal setting is an art. Now today, someone asks, you want to be an aeronautical engineer, you want to be a pilot, you want to be something else. Tomorrow you will someone else and you will say, I want to become a football player, I want to become a cricket player. Understand one thing in life. If you have goal settings, then you're going to conquer. Because I'm telling you honestly, in the year 2007 probably, I remember, I've written 10 goals. Out of 10, alhamdulillah, I achieved 9 goals. Why I'm saying all this is, goal setting is an art. Now similarly, for you, there are only 2 things in life. Trust me. One is results, second is excuses. That's all. If you want to get admission in Oxford, if you want to get admission in best of the best universities of the world, it is possible. Because the caliber what you have. But the point is, we're not thinking that. We always underestimate ourselves. We compare with your neighbors. Your cousin has gone to America, I will go America. Your cousin studied engineering, you want to study. No, you may be good at chartered accountant. For example, I'll give an example. A doctor is there. Okay. Now, a doctor is, you are a patient, you went to a doctor, asked, doctor, I'm suffering from fever, can you please prescribe me? Doctor gave you some medicine, and unfortunately, you haven't cured well. You haven't felt well. Then you said, Arey, kya doctor hai yaar? Now, similarly, you've got exam tomorrow, tonight you're studying, then all of a sudden, there is no power. There is no electricity. You called up electrician, said, Mr. So-and-so, please come, there is no electricity in my house. The person came and fixed up. Now you tell me, you respect the electrician or you respect the doctor? You respect the person who is involved 100%, irrespective of his designation. Whatever you are, you're not bothered. You're bothered for your work. You're bothered for your involvement. Understand, that is life. Don't become half-heartedly. You may be the best CA, you should be best CA in the world. That is class. Last time when I was in New York, I'll give you an example. I just went to one office. I sat, the person came and I said, sir, would you like to have a coffee? I said, yes, please, by all means. We call it as janitor there. He came and offered me a cup of coffee. I was very happy. Then asked, hey, excuse me, what are you doing? You listen. The janitor told me, Mr. So-and-so, I am sending people to the moon. I got shocked. I thought, this is the guy, he's talking hats. He's a janitor and saying that I'm sending people to the moon. I was shocked. Then I said, I just want to know what you're talking about. Then the person told me one thing. Look, sir, my CEO, when he comes to office sharp 10:30, I offer him a cup of coffee at the same time. That means I am doing my job 100% with involvement. Then my CEO is happy. Imagine if I'm not giving coffee to my CEO at 10:30, his mood won't be good and he can't be able to send people to the moon. That means the CEO is doing all the efforts. Sometimes your speed was 40-50 kilometers, you were driving. When you saw the accident, oh yeah, accident ho gaya, then you stopped that. Then you came back in your car. What will be your speed after seeing the accident? Definitely it got reduced. Now after 30-40 minutes, again you started driving. Now what will be your speed? Again you will come to the same old story, it's okay. You know, whatever happened. But I'll give you an example of goal setting. For example, same person driving a car, after 30-40 kilometers, you saw an accident, you stopped there, you took a photograph of that accident and you kept in front of your car and you tell me, now what will be your speed? Hello? What will your speed? And after 30-40 minutes,
to go to other parts of the country and all of the children who are there in India to study in their universities. So that is how most of our students are moving and migrating to other universities. So there is no competition between the universities, qualities. So such type of questions we should avoid. Thank you so much.
Well as in the UK at the moment, on completion of an undergraduate degree, and the same in Wales as in the rest of the UK, you are eligible to have a work visa, which means you can then stay on in the UK and apply that knowledge that you've learned at the university and make those networks and that connections and to have that experience of working within the UK industries. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about entry requirements because I know that's very important and you might be deciding or you might be in different streams within the CBSE. We have a range of different requirements and that will depend on the subjects that you are going on to study. But for us, the range is between, we look at your top 4 subjects and we will consider any subject within those top 4 subjects, with the exception of physical education. And we look at a range of between % in your top 4 subjects to 82%, depending on the programme. Some of our other programs may have other requirements, and we've talked about aptitude here this morning. And of course, we will look very closely at that statement you will be writing as part of your application. So within that, we want to see your passion and your commitment and why you want to study that subject. And more importantly, why you think you'll be good at studying that subject. And that might be because of your aptitude, because of those skills that you have, that you've had. And so we will be looking at that as well as part of the, along with possibly some other factors. Of course, it might be audition, if you're proficient in music, or some of our programs require an interview, not all of them. Okay, I'm going to hand you over to my colleague, specific questions about any subject that you can ask us at the end. And thank you very much, or I should say diolch in Welsh. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So I am Supriya. I am from Swansea University. Just want to understand, have you ever heard about Swansea? Anyone ever read, heard? No. Okay. So Swansea is Wales. We are located in the southwest, which is offered in a bay campus. They have an access to the private beach. So you can just go down, sit down on the beach, have fun, have learning, spend your time and relax. Right? So we are one of the first universities to start.
And that's a very good question, and obviously one that will be of concern to the students here and obviously parents as well. I think, again, that would be something, it's a big advantage of coming to study in Wales in general. It's a very safe country, and generally, you'll feel very comfortable walking around. Obviously, you need to use caution and common sense in how and where you are. But in most cases, you will feel very comfortable and very confident walking around. In terms of the sort of measures the university puts in place, and again I'll hand it across, but all our accommodation has 24-hour security, and at Cardiff we even have our own female halls of residence. So the whole block of rooms of around about 750 are female only. So obviously if that is a concern of yours, you can choose to live in that accommodation.
I had a question with Miss Supriya ma'am. That you were just now you told that regarding the university, 1 year we would get a chance to work with professionals and see. So we have to work as a freelancer over there, or?
Okay, so when I say 1 year placement, am I audible? Okay. So the program is called a 3-year bachelor's with an industry option. So what happens is basically between the second and the third year, you are given an option for a placement, like a full-time job that you do. For that, it's not something where you can just go and apply and you'll get the placement here. There are certain interview processes that you have to follow, and if you clear that, then only you will be given an option for the placement. So while you are enrolling with us, it's very important for you to understand that if you are taking a with your industry option, you have to ensure and prepare yourself in such a way that you get into the placement year that you're looking forward to. It's not something which is mandate. It's not something which is like an easy thing that you go and you apply and you get, but it's a process that you have to follow. Yeah? If you talk about, we need a bachelor's in psychology, right? Our psychology courses are BPS accredited. So BPS is a British Psychological Society that accredits all the psychology courses all across the UK. And for us, as a university, the courses that we offer at a master's level, we need a student to have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and it has to be BPS accredited. So you have to ensure that whatever course you're opting off in your bachelor's is accredited by the BPS, so that when you later on go for a master's, you meet the entry requirements. Because we don't have a basic MSc psychology course. We have into clinical and mental health. We have about forensic psychology. So they are very professional sort courses. So we need a specific learning and some research work that you should have done at your bachelor's level. Because for any course that you apply at an undergraduate level. And apart from that, we also have a with industry option wherein you can choose 1 year as a placement, and you can work with the organizations that are situated there in Wales and have an experience before you get into a full-time job. Our entry requirements for English is we do provide certain waivers as well. So if you have like, let's say a 75% and above in your 12th in English, then you might be eligible for a waiver, and you can just directly apply via your percentage that you've scored overall in your 12th. So yes, as said by Sean, we are happy to take questions once we are done with the session, and feel free to connect with us. Thank you.
It's the same for our university as well. So you're going to study in an English-speaking country. So it's very important for you to know English well. And that's the reason why we assess students' basis on the English marks. So every student who's from a CBSE school in 12th standard, most of the universities require students to have a minimum of 70% plus in English. And if that is not the case, then we require you all to have an IELTS. Every course requires a different score, but usually it is a minimum of 6 with no band less than 5.5. The reason for this again is because we would want to be sure that you all can cope up with the language, you all can cope up with studies while you are in UK.
A very good morning. I hope it was a very wonderful afternoon and the morning session. I would really like to thank the host schools, Amrita ma'am, and of course, Nasreen ma'am, and all the staff who have come from Bazar, Challenger, and the students especially for being very lovely students, very disciplined and very active. And I wish it was, a very informative session, and I hope that you would learn something from this session, which all the way from.
So it's very course specific, but it will range from about 78% to 82%. I don't know if anyone else wants to talk about that.
So with us, we do not have a qualifying percentage as per se. We give a Thrive bursary, which is a £3,000 scholarship that is offered to students who get an offer with Swansea University. So there's no as such a percentage criteria. It's just that if you get an offer with us, you will be eligible for that scholarship.
Small token of gratitude to Azan School Principal would be collected on behalf, and I think Miss Abida is here from Azan School. Mrs. Abida, please collect it. Thank you so much for making this possible. So I think all Azanians can really roll it up. Thank you so much, children. I see your enthusiasm. I understand that you are highly
to go to other parts of the country, and all of the children who are there in India to study in their universities. So that is how most of our students are moving and migrating to other universities. So there is no competition between the universities, polities. So such type of questions we should avoid. Thank you so much.
For us as well, because we also take applications via UCAS and directly at our apply portal. And rest is well explained, so I hope you don't have any other doubts. But there was this, yes.
It's honored to host you today, ma'am. A small token of gratitude from Greenwich Academy, the school. Who made this event possible to host it here at this floor. So I think hats off to all of you.
I'm quite glad to see all these educationists who all the way came from Wales. Their intention is quite clear. They want to give the best education to India. Obviously, our India is famous for education, but still, it's always better if you get some international education. We have Cardiff University, we have Swansea, we have, University of South Wales. Universities. So many universities have come. They have given best of the best education. In fact, I witnessed that. Some basic to apply for the application and get the visa. That's very nice of you indeed. I was quite glad the knowledge what you have given. In fact, I should appreciate Neo Rosary ma'am. Neo Rosary school principal Nasreen ma'am, because the efforts what she has put in. Because always I've seen she's not only educationist, she's such a philanthropist. Because every time her intention is to support the students. That's very nice of you, ma'am. I request each and everyone to give a round of appreciation. Apart from that, all these wonderful Azan School, Challenge School, and Greenwich Academy, we should be quite thankful who's hosting this such a great occasion. I honestly speaking, in fact, I've got the privilege to be to UK for 6 times, but I haven't been to Wales. But the knowledge what she has given, definitely I made up my point. I definitely come to there, and in fact, they have given best of the best education. And the students who are here, the questions what they ask, I love the questions. Thank you so much, students. Definitely this privilege of knowledge, definitely I'll impart to all the world. Thank you so much. Indeed, it's a privilege and honor. Thank you.